Hola, ¿qué tal, parceros y parceras de la Parce 512? Habló el director técnico Josh Wall del Austin FC y también el defensa Brendan Hayes. Aquí los detalles. 2021 and 2024 are very reflected on results. They're about the same. Do you think that the team has a lot to make that better at the end of the season, or what you thinking?
We can only talk about 2024. This is the team that we have. These are the players that we have. We have a light roster. We've had some injuries. It's been challenging. So, each year has its own caveats. Year one, you're an expansion team. Year two, we made big adjustments and performed. We had great depth and character leadership and great results. 23, again, you're ravaged with injuries and certainly the fluctuation of players, but performances were still good enough to get better results. So 24 is 24. We lost 10 players from last year. We brought in 4. This is the group that we have, and we're very competitive in our game. So we look at each match as, how can we put these guys in a space to compete in this game and win this game? And San Jose is no different. The players that we have performed quite well last week. The subs that came in gave a good impulse. Getting some guys healthy, but we have to stay extremely healthy throughout this year. We have to be very measured in our games, near perfect, knowing what we have in our group and what the oppositions have, and with that, you give yourself a chance each and every week. So I think we've got to be realistic with our group, and obviously we want to make the playoffs like everyone else.
Subs, there was any reason why Ethan Finlay didn't get into the field that day, and then it was announced?
I think it's a competitive group, so the team that's out there is performing quite well. The situations of the game evolve, and the opposition starts to take more risk and chance because they're losing. We've seen that in games that when we're winning, we want to preserve the lead, but we have to also recognize what the opposition's doing. So from a structure standpoint, personnel standpoint, we analyze that prior to the game. I think that's part of what we do as scouting games. We have an idea what the team will look like when they are losing. So Ethan was on the bench. He was ready to come in. Guys were ready to come in. The guys that came in did a good job. So it's competitive. Ethan's always willing and ready. So is Emmy. But the guys out on the field performed well. We made the subs that we think are best, put us in the best position to win.
I cover Austin FC too, and I have to ask you about, and forgive me if I don't know how to pronounce his name, Gavin. How do you feel right now with him being on the second team?
Gavin trains with the second team at times. He's a U17 player, so I think with any young player, it's about development. And he, like many other players, have a great opportunity inside the academy system. And young players show potential. When they show potential, it's up to the player and the coaches, obviously, to help pull and maximize that potential. So he is like many other young players that have an opportunity.
Have you give him advice as a as a coach, as a father, like just be you?
No, yeah, he is him. He is unique. He's a very charismatic kid. He's got a good personality, and he's probably a little more unfiltered. But I don't take it away. He's a growing young kid.
To keep that position, and getting to Josh was talking about how to get like that position getting. How would you keep it?
In terms of like winning, or
No, like in terms of you being a starting in the lineup.
on myself?
Mm-hmm.
I just bring my best every day, whatever I can do. Same in games, do the best I can, help the team as much as I can, influence the game whenever it's possible. Obviously, results matter as well, so having good results will help. But at the end of the day, I don't pick who starts. It's not my job; it's Josh's job. So I'll just make his decision hard every week. I'll always give a good work ethic and everything like that. So that's all I can answer on that.
Okay, you were very important on the winning against Dallas. What do you think that it was like the basic or like the key that you brought to the team that night?
Center backs, I think, never can be the key winners unless they're scoring goals like some of our other center backs have been. I appreciate the compliment. No, just again bringing my experience into the game, being a ball playing guy who can be confident and pass out of the back. And I think my attitude, my willingness to push the group. I mean, as I said in my first interview, I'm here to win. Like that's my most important thing. So that's the driving force behind every time I step on the field is to win. So pushing my teammates, younger guys, same age as me, older guys, whatever it may be. That's usually my role. Is my mentality from that standpoint. So maybe that can be a little bit of an answer. But from that standpoint as well, I thought as a group we were much more motivated, we were hungry, we understood the challenge of the game with it being a derby, and I think you could see from the get-go we were after the game. So we have to do the exact same thing this weekend against them.